Hello, good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Monday Morning Talk. I am Ayo DJ Bado, and I'm the founder of Print Dr. Africa. And I'm sure if you've seen the flyers before now, I posted last night, we're speaking on understanding the power of processes. And so, within the next few minutes, I'll be sharing with you the backstory. Of course, I'll start with the backstory of why I chose this topic. And then I will be also sharing why you need to establish processes in your business. Okay, so I will share this with the Print Dr. Africa Training Center, and we will go straight at it this morning. Okay, please do me a favor, put in the comment section where you are watching from, and also help me share this video. A business person in your community might need this video. Please share with your community, your friends, and family. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I can hear myself. Audio is working properly. Okay, so let's do this. I will just share to the group now, and we will start immediately. So I'm able to see your comments as usual. So please share your comments with me in the as this video progresses. I would really love to see you. Thank you, Madam Amina Grace Jafflet. I'm so excited to see you again this wonderful Monday morning. Okay, so let me give you the backstory why I chose this topic. And this topic is essential for all business people. This topic is essential for anyone who runs a business or who manages a business for someone else. Whether it's yours or you are the manager for someone else, this topic, we need to pay attention to this topic. So there's a hotel in my community where myself and my family and a particular family friend, we love to go because the ambience is fantastic. It's a good place to take your family to have lunch or dinner, as the case may be. You know, beautiful environment, lovely ambience. But there is only one challenge. The challenge is that you are not sure what to meet. A short while ago, I almost stopped, patronizing them. And then we did just one more visit, and the rice was fantastic. And I said, things have gotten better. Only for Father's Day, my wife decided to take me, all expense paid for me and the children to celebrate me as a father that Sunday. And we went right there again. And alas, what we met was not what we had ever met. So basically, what happens is every single day, what you meet is different. Every single day, what you eat is different. The previous time, we asked for chicken, and one of us got fried chicken, the other person got grilled chicken. The second, okay, we started, maybe it was a mistake. The second time, we went there again, we asked for chicken, one of us got fried chicken, one of us got, some of us got grilled chicken. The only thing that is constant about this restaurant is increase in prices of food. Nothing else. Quality is not constant. Availability is not constant. Taste is not constant. And then let's contrast with this lovely restaurant we love to eat. It's a local restaurant, international quality, but they provide absolutely local food. In Lagos, at least myself and my family have been to two of those restaurants. And guess what? It always tastes as if the food prepared in Ilupeju is the same as Abuleba. It's almost, you will think that they took them out of the same pot. The only difference you will find is the behavior of the customers. In Olukpeju, you have more people that are that are a bit more, that have some finesse. Everybody is cool, calm. At Abule Egba, you hear them. That's the only thing. But the difference, but when it comes to the management of that place, everything is the same. Whatever you eat today is what you will eat tomorrow. Whatever you eat tomorrow is what you will eat next tomorrow. For someone who doesn't understand processes, you will think it's magic. You will think these guys are doing magic, but no, it's not magic. It is called processes. That's why we would leave Agbara here to go and eat at Ilukpeju, because you are sure that your fuel is not going to be wasted. You're sure that whatever you are going to eat is going to be perfect. You're absolutely sure. So, this morning, I will be sharing with you the power of processes. I will sharing understanding the power of processes. Whatever you do, whether you are a service provider or you are a production company, whatever you do, it is important that you have processes. So, please, if you're watching with me or you're watching afterwards, I just need you to follow me in the comments so that I can know that you are here. Okay? Thank you. Now, I've been using the word processes and processes and processes. What really does it mean, to have to say your company has processes or has a process? The processes can be defined as a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Now, Checkify.com says that a process can also be called a workflow. Yeah, workflow. I think that can explain this a bit better, and can be defined as a sequence of repeated steps that an individual or a team, take note of the keywords, repeated steps that an individual or a team must take in order for the business to operate, achieve goals, and maintain a level of productivity. So the keywords that I want us to hold here is repeated steps, must take, and productivity. Listen, you cannot, if you ask me, even the roadside sellers their processes may not be documented, but they have processes. If you go to those people who sell rice at the garage, you will never find a difference in taste every single day. You will not, because they may not understand all this big English that I'm talking about, but they understand that their taste must be unique, must be the same. By my evaluation, one of the challenges that some of the first fast food joints that became big franchises, I think example is Mr. Biggs. One of the major challenges they had is that they could not unify their taste. You go to a certain Mr. Biggs, it tastes different. You go to another place, it tastes different. Now, processes is repeated steps. That means that a process is not one-off. A process or a workflow is not something you do today and don't do tomorrow. These are repeated steps that your team or an individual must take. It must be done to achieve your goals and then productivity. Okay, so it's very important. Every business must have this. In small English, this is what it means. It means we're saying this is what we must do. This is how we must do it, because we want to achieve so goals. All right. So I will start by saying, why must you define processes? Why? Number one, you must create and standardize excellent customer experience. Now, customer experience is very broad. It means the customer experience starts from the very beginning to the very end. Customer experience is everything you do from the beginning to the end. So the first reason that you must define your process is to create and standardize excellent customer experience. And now the second one is a simple consequence, and that is increased income and productivity. Increased income and productivity. And that is a direct consequence of excellent customer experience. Because when they like what they get, consistently and repeatedly, they will keep bringing their money to you. Look, money in the economy is never supposed to stay in one place. It doesn't stay in one place. As long as human beings have needs and wants, money will never stay in one place. The best anybody can do is to keep a portion in one place. But nobody keeps all their money in one place. We spend it. That is the meaning of economy going around. And therefore, for those monies to end in your pocket, for you to also be able to spend and make something and meet your own needs, people have to prefer you. Preference comes with excellent customer experience. Preference, I'll take that again. Preference comes with excellent customer experience. Preference comes with excellent customer experience. Okay? Now, the third reason is to guarantee sustainability of your business. If you know anything about me from last year, especially from during the lockdown, I started talking about business sustainability. I started talking about business longevity. If you do not have processes, you cannot guarantee excellent or you cannot guarantee business sustainability, and you cannot guarantee business longevity. And as long as you cannot guarantee this, you will soon run out of business. And you don't want to run out of business. Look at how much effort you have put in your business. There's somebody watching this. This is exactly the missing link why your income has not been going up. You've been doing everything right. You've been doing everything except that your process is out of control. People cannot be sure what to get when they patronize your business. People cannot be sure. People cannot be sure what will happen. They cannot predict. They cannot predict what will happen. If your process is out of control, you will soon run out of business. If your process is out of control, you will soon run out of business. Now, we have only about 15 minutes, or let me say 10 minutes to trade this topic to go. So I have to hasten up right now. There are three types of processes. The first one is the operational process, the support process, and the third is management process. So operational process is what can be defined as direct involvement in either production or service. And these are money-making activities where this is the point of contact between your business and the customer. So you're producing beverages, the people in the production floor, the people, the sales people, those are the operational that's the operational process. Those people will run the operational process. Okay, those who are directly involved in what the customer sees, the man stacking the beverage, the man selling it at the market, those are the people, the person liaising with the warehouses and all that. Those are the people, and then who sell to the retailers or whatever it is. Those are the people involved in the operational process. The support process, these are people that are involved in your business, but the customer really never sees their activities. That's how I would define that. So for example, if you run a business that has, and you have human resources department, the customers don't bloody care who is in your human resources department. However, your human resources department will determine if you employ good staff, how they will run the payroll management system, if how people should resume the code of conduct at work. All of these have indirect impact on the customers, but not direct impact. So that's the support systems, the cleaners, the canteen staff and all of that. Those are the support systems, security man and all of that. The security, all of those are the support. They form the support processes. And then management. So the management provides strategic coordination of all the other processes, okay? So management process also has to be defined, and they provide strategic processes, okay? Strategic coordination of the two other processes. Now let us quickly get to the crux of the matter this morning. Let's quickly get to the crux of the matter this morning. Thank you very much, Tony Faume Badon. And thank you, madam. I like how you're helping. Okay, preference comes with excellent customer experience. I really like this. I think all the quotes that I'm making this morning, we'll put them in a quote and drop them. Saeed, please take note of that. We're going to put all these quotes and then we'll drop them as designs later in the day. Okay, thank you. Now, let's quickly go for how to implement processes. What I'm going to do this morning is I'm not going to use very big grammar. I understand that people who watch my videos are not necessarily people who work in multinationals, who work in blue chip companies, but it cuts across everyone, okay? So I'm not going to use those big terminologies. If you saw my post last night, you will understand that I am a trained problem-solving coach, and I've been part of multiple improvement projects, and so defining processes comes to me very easily. Then I'll break it down so that even a one-man business can implement the process. Now, there are three ways, okay? 3 steps that I have defined that can help you define the processes in your business. The first one is, it is important to create a process map for the entire organization. So what's a process map? In simple English, it's basically drawing out how things work here. And there are 2 charts that are important to have in defining this process map. The first one is the organizational chart. What are the roles and responsibilities in this organization? So you don't necessarily have to use names, because names will come and go, but the roles will remain for a long time. So instead of saying Kunle Sahid AY, no, you put CEO, Chief Creative Director, and then you have finishing supervisor or stuff like that. So, and then you map out the hierarchy if you're using hierarchical structure. If you're using a flat structure, whatever you do, you map out responsibility and who reports to who. It's very important. Okay, I'm a certified ISO auditor for food safety management system, food safety systems certification, environmental management system, and occupational health and safety. And so I know the first thing that we audit, whether we are doing internal audit or external audit, is that you ask for the organizational chart when you're auditing straight before you even get to production. Because how things work is by the responsibilities defined by management. So it's very important that you have that. Whether you have people filling the roles now or not. Look, business is not a child's play, except if you're just in it so that we can quickly eat today. But if you are trying to build something sustainable, if you're trying to build a business that will last for a long time, it's very important that you have this. You may not have people filling those roles yet, but it will help you to also project. If you know me, you know I'm a strong advocate of strategic planning, and this can be a very important part of your strategic plan as well. You know exactly where you're going, and you know if you are on track or not. So you know you can define how many people, what type of people you want, or the offices, so to say, that will be represented in your business. Okay. Now the second one thing you have to do, okay, under creating a process map, is that you also need to define the workflow. So what happens? How does this business run? Is it from starting from how you welcome people at the door for those who run brick and mortar, or businesses that have outlets that people walk in all the time, like a restaurant and other. You start how you define the door, the seats, the food, the this, the that, and then you can now break all these down into activities. All right. So it's very important that you know what constitutes the process or the workflow. It's very important to know what constitutes the workflow. Okay, from the beginning. Because these are how people experience your business. You will be amazed that people love. Let me still continue to use food. People love the food. People love the ambience, but they don't like the chairs, because you have not paid attention to those details. There is no photographic memory, okay, that can pay attention to every single detail if you have not written them down. So it's very important that you define your process this way. The second thing you need to do is to develop standard procedures for every step of the map. Okay, it's very important that you develop standard procedures for every activity in the workflow. Now, these procedures can include cleaning procedures, can include operations procedures, can include startup and shutdown procedures for those using equipment, must include recipes for those who are making food. I do not know if anyone who makes food or runs a restaurant will be watching this. Your recipes must be standardized. Every single thing that should be done, including timing, heating, the temperature, seasoning, quantity of seasoning, everything has to be standardized. You cannot leave it, even if you employed a professional chef, you cannot leave your company at the mercy of people. So anytime that they are angry with their wives at home, they will come and add more salt. Anytime they are not angry with their wives, that they came happy, they will add more tomatoes. Anytime they fight their colleagues, they will add, human beings are emotional beings, okay? Human beings are emotional beings. If you don't put standard control in place, people will do whatever they think is right. Sometimes it's not their fault. A lot of times it's not their fault. But because they are emotional beings, they think on the spot. Human beings think on the spot and act on the spot. What you will find is that they do things differently, especially if you run a restaurant that runs 24/7 or 18 hours. You can't keep the same chef all day. So somebody comes in the morning, uses this kind of tomatoes, and then the other one comes in the evening, and then maybe he was listening to a doctor on the radio, and they said reduce salt intake, and then he will reduce salt because it's coming for afternoon shift and all that. So you will not be able to have standard procedures. Whatever you do, you will not have standard output, and this will tell on your clientele. Whatever you're doing, you have to standardize this. Now, I'm talking to every business, but because food business is what led me to this, I will talk more about food business. So if whatever you're doing, please ensure that you define the procedures. Okay, you can review. There is something called review. If you have heard me talk about strategic planning, you will know that I talk about review a lot. When you talk about review, it's not just review of results. You also review strategy. You also review results so that you can review procedure. If your defined procedure is not giving you the results you desire, then you can review the procedure itself and measure for quite a while before you standardize and let it go. Okay? And then the third one is management commitment. If you are the owner of your business or you are the manager of that business, it is important that you show commitment. All this English that I've spoken, the first 2 points, if there is no management commitment behind it, people will know. Look, I have been both in, as I've been a junior staff, I've been middle management, now I am CEO. I know that if there is no commitment, there is no amount of money you have spent into developing your process that will make it work if management commitment is missing. So as an auditor, what we do, the first thing we do is we ask for, if I'm auditing safety, occupational safety now, the first thing I do is I ask for the